What's up, fellas and ladies, if there's any out there? Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Welcome to my 1,416 subscribers. We are moving up. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for my loyal subscribers such as Wade Emery, Sparty Fortune from Zaire, and Sparty Fortune from Sparty Fortune Team Fortune. All right, so what are we going to do today? First, we're going to like and subscribe. Do it now. Like and subscribe, and we will get started. It's easy to do, but if you don't do it now, you're liable to forget. Check out my books on Amazon, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels. I know it will help you in your life. I've been through a lot of challenges, adventures, struggles, and I could use a few other adjectives to describe the challenging life I've had. Not as challenging as some, but more challenging than most. But I've used that in a book to try to help you to navigate your life. So what good or what value does experience have unless I share it with other people so they can use it to help them with their lives? Just doing what one of my old mentors told me long ago, to pass it on like it was passed on to him. Okay, what's the topic for today? Today's topic is going to be, what is it? He who cares the least. He who cares the least. Or the person who cares the least controls the relationship. I don't really know if anyone actually controls a relationship, but I think you can say that he who cares the least controls the frame. Because he can walk away. Or if it's her, if she cares the least, she controls the frame. And as a man, you don't want to be there. And as a woman, she doesn't want to control the frame, even though she may try, and she probably will. But she's only trying to see if you're man enough to keep things in your perspective, in your frame, the way you want them. And when you do that, she feels safe with you. Contrary to what this social agenda is now, or this narrative that men and women are equal, hey, I believe men and women are equal in the eyes of God. And I'm not saying that men are better than women or women are better than men, but we each have certain biological characteristics which we excel in, or we are better in more than the other sex, the male and the female. I was thinking the other day, if I told you that the word cancer meant health, would that change the definition of the word cancer? Would suddenly all people with cancer not have cancer anymore? Would they be healthy? I don't think so. So I'm just relating that to some of these word-changing ideas that people have now. I don't quite understand why they're doing it, but I won't get into that. Here we're talking about he who cares the least. As a man, if you want your woman to love you, you have to know that she can walk out that door, even with the kids, and you're going to be okay, and you will let her go. You won't cry, you won't whine, you won't beg, you won't bargain. You'll let her go. There's the door. Don't let it hit you in the ass as you walk out. Now that sounds kind of cold, and it sounds contrary to what we've been taught, what we've seen on TV, what we've seen in Disney. Oh, you should tell her how much you love her. Please don't leave me. Don't take the kids from me. I'm telling you, I've walked away. I walked away from my last ex-wife and my 6 kids in a foreign country. Sometimes you have to do that. Guess what? Today I have all my 6 kids. They've been with me for 11 years, and I don't have the ex-wife. She hasn't been here for over 11 years. I was willing to give it all up, to walk away from all of it. Was it easy? No. How did I get to that point? Well, I only got to that point after repeated humiliations of trying to make things work, of trying to went to counseling, did all these things, try to make the marriage work. Well, guess what? The more I tried to make the marriage work, the less it worked. In contrast to that, when I was younger, I just didn't give a shit. Someone's at my door. Sometimes you get interrupted. Where was I at? Oh, okay. So I walked away from her. Very difficult. I only got there after trying to make the marriage work, as I said, and taking the advice of the woman counselor, psychologist. It just didn't work. She told me every time my wife would throw a fit that I should just hold her and tell her I loved her, that her anger wasn't really at me, it was at her mother, but she was taking it out on me. And I believed that was true. But guess what happened whenever I tried to comfort her and hold her and tell her I loved her when she was treating me badly and throwing a fit? She despised me more and more each time I did that. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. You cannot tolerate these fits that these women throw. Now, I'm not saying you should throw them out every time they get a little bit out of line, but you have to check them. Now, how did it get to this point in my marriage? Because I allowed it to get there. Instead of telling her what to do, when she even asked me, she would ask me, well, tell me what to do. Women don't want to take responsibility many times. Now, I would tell her, you need to make your own decisions because you need to make your own mistakes. They don't want to do that because when they make a mistake, they don't want to be accountable. So, but being the man who wanted to be the good father and the good husband, even though that didn't work before, I was still trying the old blue pill ways. But it was difficult for me. So I would say I was somewhat of I hate to use names, but I was an alpha, but was trying to manage blue pill ways to have a good marriage. And the harder I tried to be a good husband and a good father, the less respect, and respect precedes love, that I got from my partners. And I went through this more than once, so I'm kind of hard-headed. So once I get something on my mind that I think is going to work, I'll keep trying it even if I fail. But then again, that's paid off well too. Persistence, perseverance. In this case, in the end, it did pay off because I have a lot to share with you about what works and what doesn't work. Had I not gone through those 3 marriages, trying to perform as society tells us to perform in this modern blue pill age, I would not understand how that concept does not work, how it doesn't turn the woman on, how she becomes disrespectful of you, how she becomes to where she actually despises you because you're too good to her. And guess what? After I divorced these women, after I walked away from them, they told me, you're too good. You're just too good to us. They don't want to be treated that well. Now, that doesn't mean you have to treat them badly, but you can't treat them like a queen. I really didn't even treat them like a queen, but I did treat them as an equal. Now, that's where women are going to get pissed off because, what are you saying? You're better than them? No, but I treated them like, how would I say, maybe better than I would my best friend. It's just, when a woman would treat me well, I would treat her well back. But there's a rule they call the 2/3 rule. You should always give her 1/3 for every 2/3 she gives you. It's just the way they're designed. You got these women that say, oh, treat me like a princess. Treat me like the queen that I am. And the old adage is true. Treat her like a queen, she will treat you like a servant. Do you think the king treats his wife like a queen? No, not in that respect, but she treats him like a king. The king many times has other women, has concubines. Think about that. And in my life, whenever I had a steady woman, well, actually when I was married, I had 2 steady girlfriends and had other girls I was sleeping with. This went on for years. They all treated me with respect. One of them was even locked up for 30 days, and all she had to do was snitch on me, and she would have gotten out. Did she do it? No, because she was loyal to me. And all these women knew that I was screwing around with other women. But they also knew that they could count on me to take care of them no matter what. I've stood up physically for these women. I protected them. When they needed me, I was there for them. But yet I had my own life, I had my own vision, I had my own goals. And my vision wasn't to be a good husband and a good father. Now that should be a byproduct of you living your life and living for your vision, your purpose, your goals. And that should be the most important thing. And to wrap this up, when that's the most important thing, if she doesn't want to go along with your frame, your agenda, then there's the door. She can walk out and take the kids if that's what she feels like she needs to do, and you just let her go. That's what you have to do, because if she knows that you just love those kids so much that you will do whatever you need to do to keep your family together, chances are that is going to lower her respect, her attraction, and everything for you. And she's going to go out and find someone who can live without her. Because if she finds a man who can live without her, she knows that if she dies, that this man is going to keep on going on, and he's going to make it. And if her children are with him, he's going to take care of them. Now that's not going to work out because this guy's not going to be the father of the children. But that's what she wants with you if you are the father of her children, if you have children. She wants to know that if she dies, you're not going to fall apart. And if while she's with you, she knows that you can't live without her, then she knows if something happens to her, you're not going to be able to carry on. So she loses faith and trust in you, and that's one reason she loses attraction for you. Now, they don't know this consciously, but this is what they do. I've experienced this in my life. I've seen other people experience it. I've talked to men who have experienced it. It's not just me. This is a general rule among the population, men and women. Now, there are outliers and there are exceptions. I'm not saying there's not, but this is the general rule of how it works between men and women. All right, I got to get ready for work, got to work out, and my employees are going to be here, so I got to go. Take care. Have a great day.